Nah, that real life made me mad because I was about to say something. What the fuck was I about to say? Oh, the instrumental. So I know y'all hear this happy-go-lucky instrumental in the background, but that's not the type timing I'm on. Wait, I clicked the wrong folder. That's not the type timing I'm on. This is. So wait, hold up. Let me talk about it a bit first. No, where's a better looking one? No, that's something different. Whatever. Oh, let me pull up the actual Xbox website. Xbox Game Pass. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, did they revert it? Or did it not kick in yet? Cause this don't look the same as this, where they said they was gonna raise it to fucking 30. Maybe they didn't raise it yet. Oh, it says get your first blah 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 days. I'm not fucking bugging. Anyway, I don't feel like searching the whole fucking internet for that goddamn graphic. It's one like this, but it has the prices on it. But for those of y'all unaware, Xbox Game Pass has risen in price. Xbox Game Pass has risen in price recently. And look, as someone who doesn't have a horse in this race, because I don't care about the console wars, I never really had Game Pass because Game Pass seemed like a good idea in theory, but not really a good idea in practice. Because all the Xbox exclusives, I don't want to play all of them. I don't care. And any other adult who like has a life, you're not gonna care about all those games. And even if you do, you're not gonna have time to play all those games. So Game Pass seems cool on the surface, but in reality, it doesn't seem cool when you really think about it. Because the draw, the allure of Game Pass is it's supposed to give you access to more games. But the difference between Netflix and video games is shows have a way lower level of commitment than a video game. To put on a TV show, you could watch 30 episodes, 3 hours of a TV show and clean up your house at the same time. You can't play 3 hours of a video game while cleaning your house. It's a way higher commitment to play a video game than to watch a TV show. That's the number one reason why I think Game Pass as an idea was never gonna work. And then on top of that, a little while ago, we got a fuck ton of reports saying that on the inside, there was talks about how the Game Pass financially wasn't viable because the amount of content they were giving you access to in comparison to how much money they were making off of it, the numbers wasn't matching up. So they either had to keep taking the loss to build up loyalty within the fan base to get more people so that when they do something like this, they can retain the same amount of profits and ignore the amount of people they're gonna lose. But my thought on that is you lost anyways, because all right, let me teach y'all something real quick. Now, I'm gonna use drugs as an example, but this really applies to anything. This is just how I was taught it. When you want to introduce a product to a community, the first thing you do is you offer it for the most, really? That's a steal, prices you can. You give the customer everything they want. You give them 2-for-1 deals. You give them free shit. You give the customer any fucking thing they ask for when you don't have a large customer base. But when you build up that customer base, ain't no more free samples. You start charging for the samples. You don't charge a lot. You go from free to $5. It's supposed to cost $20, so that's still a good deal. Then you go to $10. Oh man, $10, that's fire. That's fire. I'm still getting a 2-for-1 special. I pay $10 and I get $20 worth of product for free, that's fire. No 2-for-1 deals, but it still costs $10. Well, hey, I'm still getting a deal. Now it costs $15. Technically, I'm still getting a deal. Now it costs a full $20. I mean, this was the price I was supposed to pay anyway. Now, you're so used to using my product for $20 because I built up such a good impression in your mind. Now I could charge $30. Now I could charge $40. You're supposed to be paying $20, but now you paying $50. So that's what's going on here. That's literally the strategy they're using right now. But let's get into this video where he breaks it down a bit more, so like I could talk about the nuances of the subject.
At this point, just buy a PC.
Wait, hold on. I didn't see the graphic in the beginning. Switch to $400 online subscript. Oh, switch to what the fuck? I ain't never play bitch ass nigga, so I'm not bugging. Okay, switch to. So that's $400 plus another $50. So you have $500, and then you gotta keep in mind, Switch games never go. Yo, I swear to God, stop. Yo, all right, can I? Yeah, because this shit is pissing me off. Just put it in downloads real quick. I'll use a video player that doesn't randomly pause and unpause on me.
At this point, just buy a PC.
Okay, cool. Now let's read this graphic at the beginning. Like I said, Switch 2, it costs $500 because $450 for the Switch 2 at all, then another $50 for the online, so that's $500. Then Nintendo games literally never go on sale, so that's another $80. So you're $450. I said $500, $580. You're gonna want more than one games, so that's $580. 8 minus 4. So you're at $650 if you want to buy the Switch in 2 games. Oh wait, you're gonna want a second controller, or you're gonna want to use an alternate controller style. For example, GameCube. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Not GameCube. Oh, GameCube with Pro controller. That's another $80. So I say you was at $540. So you're at $700. I mean $600 right now. If you want 2 games and a controller with your gaming console, you're at $650 right now. I mean $640 right now. PlayStation, that's a band easily a band, because the console is like $700 fucking dollars. Oh, $749. So that's $750, and then plus tax. Let's round that up to 50, 60. Let's round that up to $760. But you're gonna want a game. Games on PlayStation are sometimes cheaper, $60 to $40, but sometimes they're more expensive. So let's say you get a $40 game and an $80 game. So $750. I said $760. Damn, I don't even feel like counting this shit. So you got $750. That's the price of the console. Then you got a game, maybe a $40 game and an $80 game. So that's 40. So that's 80, 40. That's $100 in games right there. No, that's $120, excuse me, in games right there. Then on top of that, you're gonna want a second controller. That's another $80 fucking dollars. And then for Xbox, it's $500 to $600. Let's say you get the cheapest version for $599, excuse me. So $600. Ultimate Game Pass for a year of Game Pass. That's $360. That's a band minimum. Then if you want to get the ROG Ally instead, that's a band up front. Building a PC, monitors and everything will cost about a band now. But games on PC, first off, half of them are free. Hint, hint. Half of them are cheap as fuck because everything goes on sale constantly, whether it be Steam, Epic, or GOG. Then on top of that, like when it comes to the things you can do in your games to enhance your experience, like for example, unlimited access to mods, and also unlimited access to indie and fan games first. Like, legitimately, genuinely, there's no reason to own PlayStation or Xbox. Maybe Nintendo if you give a fuck about Nintendo exclusives. Maybe. But dumb exclusives ain't that fucking good, and they're gonna come to PC eventually anyway.
At this point, just buy a PC. Ultimate Game Pass on Xbox is now $360 a year. Premium
A year.
PSN is now $160 a year.
A year. A year. Now, I will admit, I get the regular $60 shit because the premium PlayStation subscription pass, like, they hang the fact over you that they're gonna give you 100 million games. But in reality, same thing I said with Game Pass. They got thousands of games on that bitch available for you to play, but most of those games, you're just gonna play it. Instead of playing it because you brought it and you want to play those games, you're gonna play it because you want to justify your purchase. Does that make sense? Let me rephrase that. The reason why buying anything above the normal PlayStation Plus tier is fucking stupid is because you're going to play different games, a wider variety of games, yeah, but you're not going to play them because you want to play them. You're going to play them to justify your purchase, or you're not going to play them, meaning you're going to sit there and realize, damn, I'm wasting all this fucking money on a bunch of games I will never want to play / that I will never play. So that's a fucking robbery too. PlayStation Plus is a robbery, y'all. PlayStation Plus above like the regular tier, PlayStation Plus Premium and Extra, fucking robbery. You're never gonna play all those games. What the fuck are you doing?
And Nintendo's online individual membership is now $50.
By the way, $50, and guess what? You're not even gonna play a majority of those fucking games. Those little, same thing I said with the what the fuck is it called? Same thing I said with the PlayStation Extra and Premium tier. All those weird, rare NES games, unless you only play Nintendo games, you're never gonna play that shit. I grew up playing Bubble Bobble. I don't want to play fucking Bubble Bobble. I know niggas 40 plus that don't want to revisit Tecmo Bowl. And if you want to revisit Tecmo Bowl, my nigga, this piece of shit track phone I got can play Tecmo Bowl in 60 frames per second. And that game, when that game came out, the shit was probably 24 to 15 frames. A piece of shit phone can play Tecmo Bowl. So do you really need Nintendo Switch Online to play any of them games? Or do you play those Nintendo Switch Online retro games to justify the fact you paid $50 for them? I'm paying for it, so I might as well use it. Head ass nigga. You don't actually want to play them fucking games, man. Stop it.
A year. I know a lot of people hate when people say this, but y'all really just gotta buy the PC, man. These prices are fucking insane, and you are damn near paying as much as a PC for entry-level gaming.
And then on top of that, like he said, entry level. And then another good thing about having a PC is it doesn't only have to be a gaming machine. When you buy a PlayStation, all you could do is play video game, watch Netflix. If you buy a PC, you could play video games, number one, at better settings. You could get the video games cheaper. You can watch Netflix in 4K with no ads. Hint, hint. You could play a wider range of games from a variety of consoles. Not just when I buy the PlayStation 5 game machine, I could play the PlayStation 5 games and some of the PlayStation 4 games and some of the 3. With this PC, bitch, I could play any PS3 game I want, any PS2 one, and most of the PS4 games available. I could play all them bitches on my PC. And again, like I said earlier, do you really want to play those games? Or are you just saying, I'll pay for it, so I might as well use it?
The thing about PCs, right, is it's supposed to be the top of the line, meaning that most people.
And even if you don't get a top of the line PC, I promise you, you won't die if your game runs at 120 4K instead of fucking 1440p 400 frames. You'll be all right, bro. Because after 120 frames, this shit really doesn't fucking matter.
people aren't gonna buy a PC because they don't need it. They have an Xbox, they have a PlayStation. But with these fucking prices,
yeah, if you already have one, I would encourage you to upgrade, but I'm not saying it's the end of the world if you don't. But if you need to buy a new console, nigga, build a PC.
you might as well buy a PC. Like, this is fucking.
Also, like I said, for PC, it may be expensive when you're first building a PC. You know, it's like, ooh, why not just buy the $600 PlayStation instead of building a $600 PC? Then I gotta pay another $50 to $100 if you're getting a cheap monitor, then another $50 to $100 getting a keyboard and the mouse, and then I get to buy some gaming headphones. It's like, bro, you're gonna buy all that same shit when you get a fucking when you get a console anyway, bro. Might as well build a PC.
Fucking crazy, man. The PlayStation.
Like, to me, the thing that always kills me about that logic, about the whole but it's cheaper. Like, yeah, it's cheaper now, but it's not cheaper 4 years down the line. Number one. Number two, it's like, gang, if you have the patience and the ability to sit down and save up $600 for a gaming console, you can save up another $200 to put with that bitch, another 3, 4, 5, however many more hundreds to put with that bitch. You's patient enough to save up for enough for the first time, you can save up enough for the second time.
And Xbox are damn near $700 for the console alone. The games are getting higher. The controllers are getting higher.
That's a fact. Hey guys, I know y'all might say I'm uncle whatever, but I remember a time where the controllers were cheaper than the games for the console. Ooh. Wii games cost $60 and the controller cost $20. If you paid $40, you got a game with it. Ooh. I know, that's crazy, guys. I know, that's fucking wild. I'm unk as hell. Games used to be somewhat affordable. Games used to be I keep saying games. Gaming used to be affordable when you did it on console. It's not really the case anymore.
Subscriptions are getting higher. I'm telling you, man, go out and get that PC, especially if you're only getting a PC for gaming. There are really good budget PCs out there if you add an extra $400 to the $800 you're already gonna spend.
And I'm not gonna lie, he, like, right here, he's even capping a little bit. Like, nigga, you don't even need to spend $800 on your PC. You can spend $600 and be chilling, have a rig that plays everything at the best settings, bro, for $600. You don't need to turn shit to medium.
On buying an Xbox and PlayStation, you can really get some decent shit, man. If you go on Newegg, ask some people on Reddit, there are solid PCs out there for only $1,200, $1,100, $1,000. At the end of the day, do whatever the fuck you want, but I'm just telling you, man, the entry-level gaming is becoming unobtainable to the average consumer, and I'd rather you spend an extra little penny to get what you actually want that will benefit you in the future, because you don't have to pay for online services.
That's another thing. The online for all PC games is free. Every single last one of them. There are 0 games on PC where you have to pay for the online. The most you have to do is, if you want your own private server, pay for a private server. But even then, you don't have to pay for online and then pay to access your private server. Like, for example, if you bought a private server in Minecraft and wanted to play it on Xbox online, you need to buy Minecraft. Then you need to buy PlayStation Gold. Then you need to pay for your server. On PC, you just need to pay for your server. I'm just saying. Then
spend all your money on some bullshit. Lock in. At this point,
I agree. Everything you said in that video is a fucking amazing point. And then on top of that, I genuinely don't understand. Wait, where's a decent one? I think there's a better screenshot. Wait, what the fuck is this one? Oh no, I didn't save that by accident. Wait, no. I think I want the old one. There we go. I genuinely don't understand why Xbox is putting belt to ass on themselves, but fuck it. It is what it is. Cause on top of that, here's some more information. So I was randomly scrolling to look for my articles, and apparently there's a way to get Game Pass Ultimate at the old price. Microsoft recently raised it from $20 to $30. Fucking incredible. And then from 16 to 11. Those who subscribe to PC Game Pass are going from 16 and 11 because they know PC gamers not playing that shit. You'll pay those prices right now if you go through Microsoft's retail channels instead of buying through other retailers. That you can get a 1-month subscription to Game Pass Ultimate at Amazon, G-Stop, Walmart. Then there's 3-month from basically go buy it through the in-store links and shit like that. That makes sense. So yeah, that's what makes this even funnier. You don't even have to, if you buy it through Microsoft, the price is going up. But if you don't, it's not. And I kind of wanted to wait till Monday to talk about this, but wanted to wait till Monday to talk about this to see if they lower it, but nope. This happened 2 days ago and they still haven't lowered it. And I found that one I'm gonna read last. But apparently the DLC discounts you get from Xbox Game Pass, yeah, that's getting removed as well. Like I said, when you first introduce a product, you give people every deal in the world to make it so that there's no reason for people to not play or not use your service over other people's service. Then slowly you take away the benefits and raise the price to what you really want it to be. And because your customers are so feet the fuck out, they're gonna buy it. But joke's on you, Microsoft. You putting a belt to your own ass because the people you thought was feet the fuck out was there for a good deal. The Xbox dick riders ain't dick riding as hard as you think they dick riding. You know what Xbox dick riders are doing? Not playing games. They're playing Game Pass because, I feel like I need to at least try the game out because I'm paying for Game Pass. Niggas is justifying their purchase. People don't actually want to play these fucking games. Not saying that like gaming is dead or any shit like that, but people don't actually want to play these games. People want to justify their purchase. So you making their purchase a harder ask takes away a lifeline from indie developers and what do I always say? Shit starts at the top of the hill and rolls down. It always affects the little guy the hardest. So all the people who sold their games access to Game Pass to try and get more sales, now they're just getting bent over, grabbed by the waist and spanked because they're fucked right now. What? Anyway, let's read on a bit more though. Historically, Game Pass subscribers would be eligible for 10%. 10% is higher than 0 though. Of DLC and other add-ons for games. It was first seen to be for Call of Duty points, but then was found that games with previous discounts such as Starfield, Indiana Jones, and A Great Circle, and blah blah blah, everybody else no longer has it. So it's a universal thing. When Microsoft announced the change, it included a change to its rewards program. No longer will its users be able to use points to purchase any sort of extension of their service directly. Like I said, the problem with Game Pass is people who are playing these new games on Game Pass, again, they don't actually want to play these fucking games. They want to justify purchasing Game Pass by at least trying something out. Ultimate subscribers can now earn up to $100 per year in store by just playing games. Sure, nigga. With our upgraded rewards program, players can get up to 30% value on select Game Pass games with 4 times the point. Exactly. They're trying to push people and make stream. All right. They're trying to create a pipeline to send people down to buy more games because playing games on Game Pass doesn't make Xbox any money. Buying the games on Game Pass is what makes Xbox money. And like I said, more and more Xbox Game Pass subscribers are trying games out that they really don't want to own and don't even want to play for real because, again, I'm going to keep saying it, they are trying to justify their purchase. 30% back and add-ons and up to 20% off select Game Pass games. So instead of the discount on add-ons, you now get more points to then turn around and use back in the Microsoft Store. Based on that concept, it stops a company from potentially losing any money on one-time purchases and keep players in an ecosystem cycle, which is the same shit I said. And let's run through this article. Microsoft reportedly testing free, and this makes me think that, like I said, the Xbox console, the literal box of Xbox is about to disappear. Because free Xbox Cloud with ads, it sounds like to me, in the middle of your gameplay, they're gonna stop you and give you a 30-second ad for dick pills or something like that. Which, if that's the case,
Get the fuck out of here!
we don't want it, you can keep it. But if that's not the case, and for example, they're just showing you like a little, let's say there's like a little banner ad at the bottom of your screen, you know, like when you used to, how YouTube used to have little banner ads where a little ad will pop up at the bottom. If it's stuff like that, I don't really mind too bad if it's non-interruptive. But if they're pausing your gameplay or stopping you from playing games because with this cloud streaming with ad shit, I don't like it. Cause like, imagine you're a crazy person, so you're in the middle of a game of Apex and you're in the middle of getting third party and you're about to win a firefight, but now you're watching an ad for Manscaped. Now you're watching an ad where somebody's talking about rubbing a bar of Sasquatch soap up their asshole instead of trying to help your teammates win this third party fight. And by the time that 30 seconds ends and this nigga's done saying, yeah, all the bitches love me because I use Old Spice, all you see is your character on the floor like this, turning into a box, so that now your friends gotta come get your reboot card and pick your mans up. If that's the case,
Get the fuck out of here!
I don't want it, you can keep it. The Verge's Tom Warren reports that Xbox gaming supported by ads is currently being tested internally and does not require a G Pass subscription. That's even worse. What do you mean it doesn't require a G Pass subscription? You niggas is already losing money on Game Pass because Game Pass was such a good deal. These niggas was losing millions and millions and millions on it. So they said, let's give away some free shit after losing millions and upping the price on something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a tech CEO, but that sounds ass backwards to me. You don't give away free shit when you're losing money. And does not require a game pass, blah blah blah. Warren, wait, what? A public test is said to be coming with a release in a month ahead, so watch out for that. Warren sources indicate Microsoft is texting approximately 2 minutes of ads before a game is playable for free via streaming. That sounds like a good idea in theory, but just understand. Remember that article we saw? Actually, let me pull it up. I'm tired of this fucking music. All right. Put that over there. Now, wait, let it zoom out. Now, one thing I need y'all to understand about people is when you're offering them the thing, they want to get to the thing as fast as possible. That's why a while ago, an article came out saying Sakurai didn't add Dolby Audio to Kirby because he didn't want there to be another fucking logo on the startup screen that people had to wait through. When you're giving people a source of entertainment, they want to get to that entertainment as fast as possible. So 2 fucking minutes of ads before I boot up the game is going to hurt the majority of the games in your ecosystem. Because if I have to watch through 2 minutes of game, imagine I'm a nigga who only plays Call of Duty and who only plays whatever game I'm told is the new hip popular game, like Elden Ring. You think if I'm a Call of Duty 2K nigga, I'ma sit through 2 minutes of ads for fucking Hollow Knight? You think I'm gonna sit through 2 minutes ads for Hollow Knight? And I'm a person who would love to try a Hollow Knight. If it was free, I would definitely try it, but I'm not sitting through 2 minutes of ads. So this is gonna hurt the majority of the ecosystem because of course niggas will sit through 2 minutes of ads for Call of Duty, but what about all the other games that you're actually trying to make money off of? Like I said, it just seems counterproductive. Like it's a good idea in theory on paper, but in reality, that's not how it works. Microsoft is also apparently testing a limit of 1 hour for sessions. No. With up to 5 hours free a month. No. But as Warren points out, this might change for launch. Yeah. You're never going to make money on that. With this idea, you're never going to make money. I'm going to just straight up say it. And it's rare I say that. But where does the money come in? Because advertising as a monetary, like, all right. Putting ads next to an article or putting ads on a YouTube video makes sense because YouTube videos are things you're enjoying and more predictable, more controlled spurts, and they're not something you're actively interacting with. So when you get an ad in the middle of your video, it sucks. But if you're watching an hour-long video, you're probably not watching the fucking video and you're probably cleaning your house. And after 10 seconds, you hit the skip button, you skip the video, you go back to cleaning your house. When you play a video game, there is no, oh, I'm just playing a video game in the background while I'm cleaning your house. No, if you're playing a video game, you're sitting down playing a video game. So in the middle of playing your video game, getting stopped and told after an hour you're not allowed to enjoy your game doesn't make sense. Because games like, for example, let's say I use this cloud gaming feature to play Valorant. Let's say I'm just a crazy motherfucker and I'm using this to play something like Valorant. Valorant matches on average usually last over an hour. Or let's say I'm playing Marvel Rivals. A decent Marvel Rivals match is about 30 minutes. So about 2.5 matches of Marvel's Rivals, because not every match is 30 minutes. Sometimes it's 45, sometimes it's 15. So 1.5 to 3 games of Marvel Rivals is what I have before this shit cuts off on me. That sounds like a fun experience to you? That sounds enjoyable to you? Doesn't sound enjoyable to me and doesn't sound enjoyable to any other person who plays video games. Because like even when you got responsibilities and you get a chance to play the video games, you still have like a good 2-3 hours to play the video game in a spurt. So imagine a third of that 3 hours a week of free time you get a motherfucker saying no, you can't play the game anymore because we want you to watch an ad. That'll just make me cut the fucking game off and just leave the ecosystem entirely. Like there's too many better options for this to remain a viable money-making option. I don't see it working. Unless there's a detail I'm missing, I don't see that working. This report comes after they upped the price. To justify the price increase of Ultimate, Microsoft has increased the number of day one releases per year to 75. Not gonna help. That's not what matters. And has added Fortnite Crew and Ubisoft Plus Classics for the first time ever. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Ubisoft having a streaming service is the dumbest shit ever to me because I've met people who are Assassin's Creed fans, but I've never met somebody who's an Assassin's Creed fan to the point to where they want to pay $20 a month to be able to access Assassin's Creed and Prince of Persia: The Lost fucking Crown. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. And EA too. EA, I could kind of give a pass, not because I like it, but because I understand there's some absolute stupid dumbass niggas that play FIFA and Madden, so they would look at it as like an easier and cheaper entry cost, even though it's more expensive in the long run. That one I could kind of understand. But Ubisoft, the niggas that ain't dropped a Rayman game for like 20 years, them niggas, nah. Microsoft said the new $30 a month price reflects the expanded catalog, new partner benefits, and upgraded cloud gaming experience that niggas don't give a fuck about. The expanded catalog, new partner benefits, and upgraded cloud gaming experience that nobody asked for. Nobody asked for this shit. You can take it back and put it in the oven. Let that idea cook a little bit more because it's not done. The updating price went into effect October 1, blah, blah, blah. The news comes at a time when Game Pass is under scrutiny, not just for its value to Microsoft's gaming business, but to the wider video game community. Last month, former Bethesda executive questioned Games Pass. Yeah, it is basically shit I talked about in the other parts of the video. I don't see this being a viable business strategy for the long term. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Especially what they're talking about, allowing you to use the cloud gaming for free, just giving it ads. Hell no. Just let people pay for that shit and use it unlimited. Because trying to putting limits on somebody's watch time for a TV show is not the same as putting limits on somebody's playtime for a video game at all. Anyway, we got a little bit of news, a little trailer for Teemo. Let's see what his character's talking about.
What you need to know to terrorize the server. Teemo is a trap character, which means creating the perfect chaotic scenario to wear down his opponent.
Zoning.
His plan is to collect scout badges that power up his mushrooms, darts.
Oh, no fucking way he has a mechanic. He has a stupid ass power up mechanic. Oh my god, the zoners are eating. Bro, when I play Jinx, Teemo, and you're stuck on your corner of the screen, it's up. Now, if they remove that bitch vibe from the game, it'll be even more up.
And slingshot. Get each badge by hitting opponents with those moves. Now here's how to combo with Teemo. Darts are some of Teemo's best tools.
Oh my god, that shit has like no stop.